You're out.
So stop it.
No, we're leaving that in. Lions TV, welcome back to the second debate show. It's been a week, obviously, since the last one. Wink, wink. Big thanks to Trustee Fire and Security Limited. They read up there, so I couldn't forget, for their hospitality tonight and let us have this box at a very reasonable price. Still pay for it, boys, though, so you'll get praise.
Well done, Dan.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Cheers, Dan.
Right, second debate show. The boys were in it last week. There was a couple of O'Maras. We've switched them in for the better looking O'Maras. And Stewie Dawes, son of Ian, has joined us. Millwall legend, two Millwall legends now. Stewie's just joined him on Lions TV. The opening question for me this week is, and we touched on it last week, but what has been the biggest problem this season for us? Has it been the manager? Has it been second season syndrome? Has it been inconsistency, tactics, budget, or late goals? If it's late goals, leave it for a bit because we'll get on to that.
Do you know
all the above?
What I'd like to say, and I've said it time and time again in my post-match interviews, was the midfield. And I know we keep saying it sounds like a broken record, but I think losing Saville was a major issue because I think he was a very forward-thinking midfielder. And I think when we got rid of him, we didn't replace him with the right players. I know we brought Leonard in, but then we're playing Leonard and Williams. For me, I was a big fan of Williams last season. He used to create defence splitting passes, but I don't think he's done it enough this season. And then we've got Tunnicliffe as well. We was too sideways in the midfield, but I think since Thompson's come back in, I think that's where it's changed. He's sort of replaced what we had with Saville. You've got someone a bit more forward thinking.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's changed as well since Thompson's come back.
But what I want to know is, did Saville's head get turned in the summer, or was it when they actually came?
He got too big for his boots, though. He got too big for his boots. He was apparently in the changing rooms. He was giving it all the large and all that.
Oh, really?
He fell out with Morrison.
I see.
Morrison's a big.
He was a big character.
He still is.
Saville was quite vocal. When Saville on the
when Morrison retires, when he does retire, which he needs to soon,
yeah,
he will still go into coaching because that's how much of a.
That's what the game is.
That's what the game is.
Yeah.
You know, he knows the game. He's a great. He already knows what he's going to do with the ball before he even gets it, and that's what makes a great player. End of. If you don't know where it's going to go, you're in shit heap. You know what I mean? But. He got so big. He thought, "Oh, I'm the best player here," and that's not right. You're in a squad. You play with a squad.
Well, Sheffield Wednesday, they took him off. Said he'd done something, but he hadn't done anything. Harris just saw him, just weren't doing it, and just went.
But he wasn't. Saville, don't get it wrong. When we had him, that season we went on a flyer. He was quality.
Well, listen,
but
go on.
Sorry, I feel like you can't look at just the one player and say that he was the one main force, because
exactly.
You look at all of the players we brought in, like you touched on the subject last week about did we build the team around Saville? We couldn't have built the team around Saville because he was a new signing. He was a new signing.
Yeah.
Cooper was fresh. I know we had him on loan.
We picked him up from there on nothing.
Yeah.
Well, George Saville, good business. Picked him and Jed up for allegedly around 1.2 million for the pair.
That's fucking
sold him on.
Sold Saville for 8 mil, wasn't it?
Yeah, 48 appearances, 10 goals. You know, just gone on for big dough. So that is good business. But listen to this for business. Neil Harris's signings as Mill manager. Yes, I've got a pad. I'm not afraid to use it. Players in, good signings. Yeah, good signings from Neil Harris, good signings. Shane Ferguson, Jed Wallace, George Saville, Marlon Romeo, Jake Cooper, Sean Hutchinson. I'll let you have Tunnicliffe.
Yeah.
Conor McLaughlin ain't a bad squad player. Murray Wallace. Now, equally, you got 10 bad.
Yeah.
Paul Rooney, Greg Wild, Dave Worrell, Callum Butcher, Harry Toffolo, Tom Elliott. I've got James Meredith there, but after last week. Jem Karacan, Yuri Skalak, Ryan Leonard.
Yeah.
If you're John Berylson, are you looking at that and going, Neil, if we stay up, I'm worried to give you money, mate.
But then I think it's
because you're only
as a manager, you have to get certain players.
You've only got Joe around Birds.
They're not going to be massive money either. They're not going to be massive. They're not going to be massive money either, are they? They're not going to be a huge amount of money. It's not like it ain't going to be a huge amount of money. They're looking at like the young players coming up in certain ranks and all that, and they're thinking, right, we'll take him, we'll bring him along and train him up with the first team or whatever.
Yeah.
But some of them might not ever get played, and it might shoot their confidence up. But it's like that interview that Ben Thompson. Sorry, I'm falling this to Ben Thompson.
That's fine.
But he done an interview about how last season, whatever season it was, when we had a flyer with George Saville and all that, when George Saville was there and Ben Thompson, and he's done an interview about how he felt, because for a young player like that, he's been quality from day dot ever since, and he going to Portsmouth done him the world of good. That's all I can say.
I think that you say 10 good, 10 bad, but I think you never know. Ryan Leonard, I know we've slated him before, but he could come good.
Yeah.
And then you said James Meredith.
I
think James Meredith is
I think that's harsh on me there, putting Meredith in that bracket.
But Murray over you wouldn't do Murray over what Meredith, would you? We're only playing Meredith because we have to.
Yeah, you're saying Murray Wallace would be there.
Do you know what I was saying? That I think Meredith was blinding last season. Meredith was brilliant last season, I think. This season he struggled a bit, but if you went on the basis of last season, we looked at Meredith at left back and McLaughlin at right back. We went, Harris has brought 2 great players there.
Spot on.
But what I'm worried about as well is Connor said about Lend he might come good, but for me, he's played 30 odd games this year without me saying. Well, tell a lie. The Brighton game, I thought he had a good game, but then again, everyone had a good game that game. We upped it. Everyone needed to. But for me, I see Leonard play over 20 times.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but Leonard played over 20 times this season, and I've said I've yet to see him do anything good.
He was.
Before we go off all different points, this focus on certain players at once. So Leonard, for me, works hard. Doesn't do anywhere near enough.
Not harder as other people do.
Yeah.
You look at what Gregory does, and then you look at him and you think, you're in midfield. You should be working fucking twice as hard as him.
Well, Thompson's come back and he's shown him exactly how to play.
I think he needs to find his feet. I still think he needs to find his feet. I think he will fit in. He does love it. He does like this club. I've met him as well, and he's a nice lad.
Oh, Leonard.
Yeah, he is. You know, this season is one of them ones where you think everyone will just look at people and think, fucking hell, he's shit and he's shit. But I think when you start using the same formation, you start using the same team, you'll start seeing people build.
I think because we've been under a lot more pressure this year, it's highlighted players a lot more.
Yeah.
Like Cooper and Hutchinson, they're under more pressure. Right, late goals we've conceded this year. Listen to this: Middlesbrough, 87 and 97, cost us 2 points. Swansea, 85th,
Leeds,
cost us a point because they'd obviously already scored 1. Leeds, 89th minute at home, cost us 2 points. Sheffield United at home, 80th and 88th, cost us 2 points. Norwich away, 92nd and 97th, cost us 2 points.
If you look at that,
Blackburn at home, 86th and 87th, cost us a point. That is an extra 10 points in games that finish. If the games are finished in the 80th minute,
we won't be in this.
So another 10 points we'd have on the board, and in an FA Cup semi-final as well.
That just goes to show you've got to keep your focus till the end of every game.
Martin's fault that we didn't get into the semi-finals of the FA Cup, but I think we still needed to concentrate on bigger things.
But do you know what?
In the games we haven't through the back and conceded.
Do you know what? I feel like that.
It's true.
Us losing that, it's going to sound stupid. Us losing that against Brighton is maybe a bit of a blessing.
That is,
because
we need to concentrate on the league.
And then imagine if we had Man City, if we had Man City in the cup over the weekend, we'd have lost by 5 or 6 at least. I think
it would have been a day out for the fans,
but then we would have thought of the prospect of facing West Brom at home, and we'd have thought, we don't fancy that.
Right,
and he could have done the team no good.
Exclude the cup. Right, forget the cup.
Yeah, it's the point. Yeah, the point.
I didn't say the cup, but that's by the by. The point is that we've lost in the league, and by the way, I think only one of those was an away game. The rest of these then were here.
They were home. Yeah.
Do you know? Honestly, I can't put my
Middlesbrough was the second game in the second game, first or second, wasn't it? We went on a flyer. How'd you go 2-0 up to Borough at home and then go and concede 2 goals in 10 minutes?
I honestly can't put my finger on it. I don't know if it's a lack of fitness where we just get tired in the last few minutes.
It's defensive.
Lack of concentration. We just go lapsy daisy last few minutes.
We've been like that.
The job's done.
Okay, so is the manager to blame for that, Connor?
It's the
last 10 minutes. No, I don't know. It's a half and half thing, because maybe you can look at the changes that he makes, but then sometimes if we had 1 goal in front, he'd put on, and you can't really blame it, he puts on like the 5th defender to sort of try and
but that's what you
tighten it up at the back. But that's what you think. That's what you would do. You'd like put on a 5th defender, thinking right, shaving it up at the back, tighten it up at the back. And then maybe hit him on the break if we can. But
I don't think we can, do we?
So let's go around everyone. So Connor, you think the late goals conceded
I think
Is
it's
it
the focus
coaching?
of the team,
Is it
mate.
players? Or is it a bit of both?
It's a lot of like he puts the players on, and like I think it's a lot to do like it's like the focus and the mentality of the players thinking the lack of concentration. It's like and it's like there's no
Lose our
confidence in the like.
focus.
It's like oh we concede so many late goals.
I think,
Exactly.
in my
Mind
opinion,
games.
I back. Sometimes I'll back Harris and sometimes I'll bury him. It's just you don't always see the same thing. For me, now I've done this before. Man, I know it's kids football. Been under pressure. Fuck, just keep making a sub every fucking minute towards the end just to kill the game.
That ain't the way to go though.
Well, I now agree because how did we defend that league Saturday?
Yeah.
Fucking just kept the ball. We killed the game
We
off
was
the
quality,
tempo of the
though.
game with the
We
ball.
deserved that
We
win.
could have had 3
We
or 4
deserved that
goals.
win.
We
We deserved that win.
We got the lead, and once we got it, we killed that game with the ball at our feet.
Yeah.
We didn't need to make any subs.
Exactly. But that's keeping the same formation. Like, don't everyone was slagging off Harris for when he took off at Brighton, when he took off, like started doing substitutions to waste time and stuff like that. That's what I looked at it, that he was trying to waste time.
Yeah.
It weren't. We would have still won it if it weren't for Martin. Martin held his
Yeah,
hands
we
up on
supposed to
Twitter.
win.
He said sorry. He was gutted.
Yeah.
Like the man played fucking blinding the whole fucking game, and he done one mistake and it cost us. But they still didn't go and score against us in extra time or anything like that. They were fucking shit. Brighton was shit.
We made them look like that.
Yes, we made the Premiership club look like a pile of shit.
Yeah.
We did.
When we want to play, we can play it, but we need to do it We need to do it exactly every single week.
See, when you look at it this way, is Harris really to blame for the players not being able to see a game out because a lot of them are experienced now? And I think that's why he brought Pierce and Martin in for even more experience on the pitch. But the George Savile effect, George Savile leaving, buying Bradshaw, and then getting injured. I do think, and as Millwall fans, we're used to losing games. It's part and parcel of being a Millwall fan. I don't think it was the defeats. I think it was the manner of the defeats and the way we was playing. So I think personally, Harris has had fair critics in some ways. I might sound a bit Jekyll and Hyde because sometimes I go, I can't believe he said that.
Yeah.
And other times I go, well, hang on, they're professional footballers. They should see games out. So Harris in, Harris out is a massive debate. For me, if we stay up, it's a fucking another very successful season.
Yeah, and that's how you got to look at it.
But then we're going to go for the same stuff again.
Because
like we've struggled this year.
Look at the budget he's got. He ain't got millions, though, has he?
Listen,
Right.
but hold on a minute. The football could be better. Come on, that long ball stuff has got to stop.
Yeah, that's got to stop. Yeah, I'm
It's
with you
got
on
to
that.
stop. That's all we play
Yeah,
though.
it's true. It's
But
true.
you know, then when we do decide to play,
I understand
we can
that.
do that.
Is your
I've
man
seen
shot?
us do it.
Is your man
Right.
shot there?
But who would you want to come in to take over this?
That's the
Cup?
only thing.
That
Who
is
else
a
is
very
there?
hard one.
That's what I'm saying to you.
Sorry,
It's
boys.
an hard one.
Judge has spoken.
Right, sorry.
Gavel.
No, only because everyone's talking and you won't come across and that
right.
he's got a mouthful of crisp. But it's all fine though. It's a good debate, but we need to take our turns in who's
sorry.
having who's
Go on,
go around the table.
You go.
Right,
Are
mate.
you Harris in or you Harris out?
I'm definitely a Harris out. I know that people go, he's a legend, he's a legend. Of course he's a legend. He's done brilliant round club. We got a promotion, the playoff finals, quarter finals, the FA Cup. I know we go down in history as a proper legend, but this football has got us into trouble this year. The long ball, we've been sussed out a bit, and we got no plan. We got no plan B. Right, and he hasn't really changed it, and we're not creating no chances. Just look at our strikers.
Yeah, I know.
Morrison, 1 goal. Gregory, 11.
He should be playing.
One of them in the middle of the table's got 16, 17 goals. So we're not scoring goals. We're not making chances.
Yeah.
So touch wood. The Ben Thompson's come back and added a little bit of a spice to the team. You know what I mean? The forward momentum now, making a few chances. He's getting a few goals. I'm sorry, I'm fed up with that football.
I understand you two views on saying Harris out, but then how I look at it is when he become manager, and you got to look at how far he's come and how much money he made. He got Savile. Yeah, think about that. How much did he get Savile and Jed Wallace? And he sold him for £8 million. Yeah.
But Savile had been on loan.
Everyone
before
keeps
the club.
going to me on Twitter and all this. It fucking frustrates me.
What you got to remember as well.
It's
Harris
a
and
business game.
Berylson.
That's what I get told. It's a
Harris and
business game.
Berylson knew we was in trouble. We had no strikers, right? And they done nothing about it. November,
That's true,
December,
that's true.
Jay's done nothing.
Okay.
And if we go down,
Yeah.
Berylson and Neil have got to take responsibility.
We